Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be continuing playing Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. The game's intense, so look at the warnings about it if you care to do that. We're going to be continuing here. I think we're just showing our poems to the people in the group. I think I'm just going to go in order to get rid of like the decision of it, because I don't think I really care who I talk to my poems about first if we're going through everyone anyway. So let's just click on Natsuki, I guess. All right. Hello. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. Uh, that's a little blunt. What does that mean? Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It's just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? Wow, I'll pass. So I feel like she's like the meanest of all the characters. So I don't know. Sigh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Okay. Monkeys. Okay, eagles can fly. Monkeys can. Oh, is that the title? Okay. Uh, eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. Um, okay. I'm not sure if there's like a secret message in this of some sort. Is there MCHOC? I don't think so. All right. Interesting. It's very straightforward, I think, I guess. Yeah. I told you that you weren't going to like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Okay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. Oh, I didn't get that. It helps bring out the feeling of in the last line. Okay. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did I? Did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright. Who should I show my poem to next? I guess we'll go to Yuri. So the point of that poem, I guess, was um, that people, like, different animals can do things, and that humans can just try, which isn't, like, really accomplishing anything, it's just doing something, which I kind of agree with. The whole, I think, like, a large purpose in life is just to try and see what happens, because uncertainty is everywhere, right? But trying is, like, something you can have certainty in, just putting some effort into something, you know? Yuri. Hello. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh. So sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Is it? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries herself in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gone anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize is new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. Interesting. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but if you have like a style and then it changes stuff, I guess. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased how? um, well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself or to me or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? All right. Wow. Okay, I can actually tell that this handwriting is different than like Natsuki's. I don't remember uh Sayori's exactly, but it's definitely didn't look like this because this is going to be hard to read. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining sheet light to have withstood the last of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light thickens. I uh I flicken back flicking back? Maybe? Is that okay, so this isn't cursive, right? It's just I mean it's a little bit. That I mean, I don't know. But huh. I'm not sure if I got this one. There's some meaning to it. She'll explain it probably. Hi. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. Oh, so I'm gonna say it's nice. That's the next thing that's gonna happen, I'm guessing. But I wouldn't say it's bad. It's a style. Um, it's not as easy to read, sure, but it's style. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Yes. It did? I mean, I guess it did, but like that's just because I can't read very well. Well, I just didn't read I don't read script very often. That was script. Well, I don't think it was, but you know, sure. If it was script, I actually wouldn't be able to read it. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh, that's a relief. I can agree with that, but it is harder to read. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. Uh, I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Uh, I don't know what that means. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Major Pilot. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all, but remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. That like you pass in the background of things and are unseen. lingering in the last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of it like that. I know it talked about like time and like future and stuff. So I kind of get that. I guess that's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Okay, the next poem, I'm gonna actually try whatever Monica's is. I'm gonna try to interpret it as like poem and like think about it deeply because I didn't really think about this one too deeply. I kind of just read it. I don't even remember what it said fully because I read over it once. Um, okay, and like when I read things out loud, I also usually don't take in as much information from it usually. Which is kind of weird. It depends. Like if I'm like actively trying to read something out that's really long, uh, like I don't really know what I'm saying. I'm just saying the words. I can't like think about it and say it at the same time usually. But we'll try to actually understand the next one. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, there's not much choice left, so let's click Monica. Hi, Major Pilot. Having a good time so far? It's been okay, yep. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can try, we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright? I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'll be afraid. Okay, yeah, to bring things. Okay, I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. That's pretty good strategy, I guess. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ah ha ha ha. Don't worry, Major Pilot. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. And something I was thinking about in this, there's there's 5 people in this club, right? Me and the 4 other people. So if I'm like sharing with these people, I'm assuming they're sharing with each other also. So is there like one group of 3 at each time, or is there just one person who's just not doing anything and then they're sharing? Or is it more just random? I don't know, because like, you know, there wouldn't be even pairs or something like that. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I guess I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sort of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are some similarities you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you. It sounds like you two really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? Aha, I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can't tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. I can tell that she likes exploring, okay. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally expected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit, either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ahaha? Ahaha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Okay, so this handwriting is different. Okay, let's try to analyze this and understand. This one looks kind of longer than the other two I just read. So, hole in wall. Okay, it couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. Okay. I'm honestly not sure what this, like, I could make a meaning out of this, but I'm not sure what the intended meaning is. No, I can't see. Okay, but it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright, it was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Okay, so I think I know what this is trying to say. So this is like, I'm like as the player of this game, I am looking into this universe, and she's trying to look at me, but she isn't. She's like seeing the real world, but it's blinding. So I think that's what it's trying to get at here. So interesting. It's trying to. Okay, okay. Let's continue. So I think it's about her trying to see into me somehow, maybe. So what do you think? And maybe like the hole in wall is like, I don't think there's any holes in a wall here, but like maybe it's like a camera, I guess. I don't know. But if it's in a wall, I don't feel like you'd say that if it was a camera. So what do you think? It was interesting. It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Aha, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gone pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words, and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I kind of nervous, I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, okay. A little creepy. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on specific points. Specific point, if you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. I agree with this strategy if you're stuck. Another way of thinking about it, is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. So is she talking to everyone or just me? I think that's just me still. Okay. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sari and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. So I am not currently sharing with anyone, but they're still sharing with people, so I guess that makes sense. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is so cute. It's cute. Cute. Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Why are you getting mad? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Wow. I don't think she likes, feedback. Very protective. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Major Pilot did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. Okay. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. This seems like a little bit of a fight. And Major Pilot liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Music stopped. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Major Pilot appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Wow, am I being fought over? And how do you know he appreciated my advice more? Your advice. Okay, are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of the way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Oh my gosh. If everyone is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Major Pilots started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Okay. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Major Pilots. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. I don't know why... Okay, so there's no reason, like... There's something deeper than just the writing here, right? What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. I think it depends. I think I prefer poems that aren't deep, because if you have to figure it out, then you're going to interpret it in multiple ways. And if you're trying to get a certain feeling from a person, then you should make it more obvious, because people will interpret it in different ways, which aren't necessarily wrong. They're just not what you intended. So I don't know. There's different things, like, depending on what you want to do. Help me explain that to her, Major Pilot. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Major Pilot? Well, I'm not gonna... Don't make me take sides. I don't need this. How did I get dragged into this, in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably like me, think more highly of me. So of course, that's going to be, okay, so I don't want to pick a side, right? But I think, okay, so let's think here. I'm probably going to click help me, Sayori, because, you know, I think she said she would help me, right? And I don't want to, because one of these people are going to be really mad at me if I take their side, right? And I don't want to, like, I probably prefer Yuri. Like, she's getting a little too mad right now, but Natsuki, I feel like, was looking for the fight more, because she's more aggressive, I feel. So, I'm gonna just say help me, Sayori. Natsuki? Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turned to Yuri. Yuri? I don't know what's happening, but Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Um, Sayori? Eh? Yeah? Everyone is fighting. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. Um, okay, so I said that about. Okay, the music stops. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Okay, I feel like this was a good enough choice, right? Major Pilot. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. Wow, I agree. This is unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Then let me leave. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being, she would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes. Stop. Natsuki, hurry. You guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented, so why are we fighting? Because, well, exactly, that's what my point was. Wow, I don't know what would have happened if I picked a side. That would have been bad. Also, Natsuki's cute, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were, big and beautiful. Okay, Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Wow, that was a quite the rush. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. Did that go well? I'm not sure. So, this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing, of me. Haha. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get a chance to talk to her a little more. Okay. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? Well, it was fine. I think it went okay. It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was all right. Well, mostly, I guess. Major Pilot, how about you? It was fine, I guess. Um, Same. It was neat to talk about it with everyone. Awesome. Okay, in that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Are we bringing in like poems again? And maybe you learn something from your friends too. Maybe you learn. Okay. So your poems will turn out even better. Okay. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. Mm-hmm. I nod to myself with a newfound determination. Major Pilot, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. I don't know who I'm trying to impress here, to be honest. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't say I'm not enjoying it either. Okay. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki, Does that kind of thing happen often? No, no, no. That's really the first time I've seen them fighting like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. Major Pilot. It's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. I'm not sure what the future will hold. So I guess we're back to here, choosing words. I think this is actually a good place to end the episode. We shared all of our poems and got to know the characters a bit more. So in the next episode, we'll continue with this. So I hope you'd enjoyed. Like or subscribe if you want to support me. And bye!